Welcome to Drawfee, where we take your dumb ideas
And make even dumber drawings.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Karina.
And I'm Julia.
And look at this.
Whoa.
I'm striking a pose.
No, you're not. You're sitting very still.
Yeah, that's a
kind of a
pose.
pose.
Such a poser.
I'm doing the sitting still pose.
It's not a dynamic pose.
And now everyone draw me.
Okay. Here I
thought
go.
we were recording an episode.
Nathan's doing it.
It's my drawing sound.
Yeah, that's a weird sound to make while drawing,
Well,
dude.
High effort. He's chiseling it.
Well, I make that sound every episode. We edit it out.
It's painstaking.
It's awful.
This
always-
is stupid. I'm going to say who gave us a suggestion and what it is.
Okay.
Aw.
We got a suggestion from Nixon Brent, who said, suggestion, 4 artists, 1 pose reference. 1 interesting dynamic pose reference, maybe from one of Karina's books.
Ooh.
And see what all 4 of you come up with using that same reference. And that's what we did, specifically with one of Karina's books.
Yes, in fact, I made sure to look up what the book was. It is Continuous Shooting Action Poses Book 3.
Wow.
Hero in Action Edition.
Nice.
Wow.
The threequel.
Well, I picked out a bunch of poses, and the one we all agreed to do was this cool kicking one.
Oh, very
Yup.
cool kick.
Here it is right now
Yeah.
on screen. And we all took this. The rules were we could rotate it.
Mm-hmm.
We just use it as reference basically, and then we can kind of do whatever we want from there.
Mm-hmm.
There is a loose rule set, like we like to do it here on the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
so loose.
And this was a speed draw, so we've all already done it. And now
Yeah.
we're going to show you what we did, starting with Nathan.
Me.
Nathan, is there anything you'd like to say before we jump into it?
I did a JoJo.
Yay!
JoJo!
Hell yeah!
That's all.
All right, let's take a look at it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
I've been enjoying Stone Ocean a lot. And so I figured this kicking lady I could make into a Jolene.
Jolene,
Jolene,
Jolene, Jolene.
And she is doing a big lean.
please don't kick me in the face.
Is that why you named the
Jolene.
file Manchiato?
JoJo
JoJo lean, yeah.
Jolene. It is why I named the file Manchiato.
wondering.
It's because it was Jolene.
Yeah.
So I drew, did a few attempts at the pose. I'm using the Stiro brush. I'm like one brush behind you guys in CSP every speed draw. I feel like
I did 0-2 this time.
So yeah, everybody's on that Zero kick. So I used Zero to draw a kick.
Hey.
And I kind of wanted to try like an effect, like that sort of blur effect that people sometimes do.
That impact frame shit.
Yeah, you
It
know,
looks cool.
I just thought it would look cool.
It
And
do.
so there she is, and her stand stone free lets her make these threads, and so I figured I changed up the hand a little bit so that she's like pulling one of her threads, like she set up sort of a web. There's a lot of like insect and spider symbolism in Jolene's design. Like she has a butterfly on her shirt and a butterfly tattoo, but then it's all like spider webby patterning.
Like Dollywood. That's Dolly Parton's whole thing. Butterflies.
Well, there you go. I mean, she is named Jolene,
Yeah.
so this season is definitely an homage to that.
That's cool.
And yeah, I've been really enjoying it. New episodes dropped the weekend that I was supposed to be working on this, so I watched those and was
So
like,
you didn't work on this.
It was research.
It was research. I decided
Inspiration.
to say it was research.
Ooh.
You can say that.
We work for ourselves. You can say that.
Yeah. We all know each other's stupid.
But yeah, the 0 lines though coming out looking so nice.
Yeah, I was having fun with it. It's another one of those brushes like the Good Pen that sort of free you up to make more, just be looser with your line work, and it still looks good.
Totally.
And so I wanted to sort of hint at the sole of the shoe there, but have it be in motion.
That's cool.
And then the only thing with the Zero brush is that it's a little transparent, so
Yeah.
I wanted to go in there and darken some stuff up. So I ended up using just the regular default G pen for the colors and shading.
Yeah, that's better for coloring than Zero.
And then I used colors from the intro animation, where one of the things I love about the JoJo art style is that they just will change up the colors completely depending on what the lighting is. And so this is not what her hair, she's like got two-tone anime hair. It's like blonde and green.
Yeah.
But at this, she's constantly changing colors in the intro animation, and so I picked a shot where she's sort of blue and her skin is like this real saturated pink. And yeah, it's just now I'm just shading. I will say that CSP's coloring leaves a little to be desired as someone who's used to using my actions in Photoshop. I imagine there's a way to work around it, but
CSP does, you can change the settings to automatically expand fill
okay.
when
Well,
you use the paintbrush.
I gotta learn. Oh yeah, here I try to draw a butterfly
Oh no.
on the booba, and
A booba fly.
a booba fly,
Hey.
and I was like, that's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, just adding some shading now.
The way you did the swoosh is so cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
fun.
truly just guessing at it, so I'm glad it worked. And then yeah, just negotiating what's blue, what's the light blue, what's the mid blue, what's the dark blue. There. And then now I add in the clothing patterns, and I went back to the Zero for this and just sort of put them in loosely,
Yeah.
indicate action. And she does have like more stuff on her pants, but I didn't feel like drawing it.
Yeah.
Very
I
fair.
sort of attempted in the sketch and then was like, no, we won't be doing that. Because she's just got these like squares on her pants, and I did not know how those would work with a smear.
It just seems like a pain.
I didn't want to
Yeah.
smear the square.
Yeah, don't smear the square.
And then I gave her a little bit of a yellow
Poppy.
Yeah, again, this is all just like colors from the intro animation that I really like. It's just it's a bop. I love the theme song for Stone Ocean. I love every JoJo theme song, but yeah, and then there's a lot of star motifs as well because she is part of the Jo Star lineage. She does have the star tattoo as well. And then I added in more of those like threads in the background.
Yeah.
So cool.
Then here's where I go and look up a tutorial on how to do screen tones in
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't figure out why the size is grayed out. You can't change the size. I've seen Karina make all sorts of cool screen tones in CSP, and
I use brushes.
Okay, well, I was gonna ask you, but that like right when I was gonna ask you, you messaged the like Discord being like, I'm really struggling with mine, so I didn't want to add more to your plate.
Aw, you always could.
Well, I just manually made them bigger, and then they don't really look like circles anymore, but it is still
It
kind of
looks good.
yeah. I'm happy
Yeah.
with how this turned out.
Yeah,
I
they
got,
got really
it's
cool
so
look.
cool.
got the
Yeah.
effect. I just like my JoJos, and been a while since I've done just some sincere JoJo fan art. So
Yeah.
there it is.
Yeah, that looks awesome. I love how poppy the colors are and really jumps off the page.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's great.
And I feel like you got the screen tone working
Yeah.
Yeah.
good enough.
Again, they're not circles anymore. They started out as circles, and when you just manually size them up as raster images, they get all chunky. But
Close enough.
It's close enough.
Who's looking that close?
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't look at it.
Back up from the screen.
you'll get
You're
kicked.
being rude.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, Nathan. I love just a nice fan art.
Yeah.
Woo.
I am up next.
What?
I did fan art too, but it was of my own character. I drew my OC Rowan. It was time to revisit
Meow,
Rowan.
meow.
And I was very excited to do it. So I'll just jump right in.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. So Rowan was the character from one of the 4 artists, one description challenge.
The first.
The first
one.
The one with all the views.
Yeah, Rowan is my assassin character, like party assassin, high society assassin.
They're your blorbo.
Rowan is my blorbo. But in case you didn't see that episode, that's Rowan's deal. They go to like, you know, rich people parties and establishments and then do assassination stuff. And so I figured it would make sense if they were kicking some dude in a suit.
For sure.
Yeah, because that's you'll find those in rich people world.
Yeah.
Oh, and the way it's already such a good composition with the way you have the suit dude.
Yeah, I
positioned.
wanted the suit dude to be sort of like a compositional element.
There's Rowan.
Yeah, and you can tell that I Googled Drawfee Rowan and found the lowest resolution.
Low res with the channel icon in the corner.
Someone definitely just screenshotted that on their phone.
Sir, you have the file.
I know, I didn't feel
We
like
are
looking for it.
Drawfee. I do that with Draw Detectives characters, though. Just Google them.
Yeah, and I didn't need, you know, super detail. I just had to remember what Rowan looked like a little bit.
Oh, Rowan's so happy to be doing a kick.
Yeah, Rowan likes to do violence.
Good for them.
That's their thing.
Yeah.
And they don't like it when violence is done to them.
No.
Oh my god, they're just like me.
They're just like me. They like to be the one in charge of the situation.
Oh, cool boot.
Yeah, got a thigh-high boot going on. I changed up a couple of design elements. But I just had a lot of fun with this. Like, I love doing pose stuff. It's so enjoyable. And then using like the Zero brush makes it so actiony.
Yeah.
Like the lines feel so nice. Like I do ink it again, but using Zero makes it come across a lot looser than, like Nathan was saying,
Yeah.
than I would normally do.
It's a good brush.
It's a good brush.
It's not the good brush.
It's not the good pen.
It's not the good pen.
It's a good brush.
But it's a good brush.
And then who knows who this freaking schmuck is.
I mean, he's dead now.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
That's a kill kick for sure.
Yeah. Well, I imagine it's like kick him, he falls away, and then you throw a knife
Oh.
right
one,
into
two.
his forehead.
Yeah.
I thought about putting on like the off the shoulder coat, but I left the coat out. Didn't think it needed it.
Fair.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna like punch in on the composition anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Thought about doing like a BAM sort of thing, but I don't end up doing that either. Just trying stuff out. You know how it is.
Trying it.
Here's the tasty inking period
Ooh.
Yeah.
of the piece. The Zero lets me ink really fast too.
Yeah.
So the process is like really quick and I never feel like bogged down. I just love that sort of markery look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to get some of the bangles flopping around and the hair and the earring, make sure they were like flying around with the kick direction. Had to work on that peck a little bit.
As always,
I'm
these
going
shapes
back.
are great.
Going back to the peck, revisiting the peck.
Gotta get the boob good.
Yeah, I think you got it.
Thank you. And then, yeah, mostly just inking these boots. I was really happy with all the leg shapes. I thought came out really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long did this take you, by the way?
That's a good question. I want to say like it was less than 2 hours.
Because yeah, it's like I feel like
Just making a
sometimes
very funny face.
I was thinking.
Yeah, that's
that was
what I meant.
Jacob's funny thinking face.
Sorry.
Well, it's because I feel like sometimes with speed draws it goes like really fast, and sometimes with this one it sort of feels like it's a little fast, but it's not too fast to see what's going on.
Yeah, because it just wasn't that long of a process.
Right.
I had a pretty strong idea of what I wanted from it. So it didn't take too long to execute on. And then I had like a strong color idea as well. I knew I wanted to do
Ooh.
Moody.
a purpley, like a dark purpley characters with a bright red background.
That's cool.
And I like it when people do like the really bright background and then the darker toned characters.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it makes like a cool dichotomy.
yeah.
Good. It looked good to the eye.
It looked good to the eye when you do it. And now I'm adding in a light source.
Oh, yeah. Gotta.
Not quite rim lighting, sort of like a 3/4 reverse light source was what I was going for. And I was having fun doing this as well. Lighting's fun, it turns out. At least when I do it like in a simple way, it's fun for me.
Yeah.
I like the big shapy lighting, like the cell shading style.
It looks great when you do it.
Thank you.
I'm just excited. This is gonna spur another series of Rowan fan art
Yeah,
coming
another
in.
wave.
Yeah. I can't wait.
You idiot. That's what we want.
That's what we wanted. Also an interesting like sort of color theory thing happening here, at least to my colorblind eyes, is that I've got a purple multiply layer and a yellowish soft light layer underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And it's making the shirt look kind of greenish to me.
Yeah.
But when you color pick it, it is solidly purple, even though it looks like it's leaning towards green.
That's
It's
because
one of those weird color relativity things.
Yeah.
Because of that bright red background, probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I added some like a little bit of softer shadows and then some red,
I love those soft shadows.
Yeah.
red
Does.
bounce lighting.
Ooh.
Thank you. Yeah, it's something I've been trying to do, like add some hard and soft. I think it looks really nice together. And then a couple of like occlusion shadows there.
Wow.
And then I think that's it.
Wow.
This looks great.
Yeah.
Thanks. I really like this one. I thought it looked very like webtoon-y. Like this would be a panel in a webtoon.
Yeah. I love the bright background and then like the silhouette of the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fun too. It's not something I've done a lot of, so I really wanted to try and make it work, and I thought it ended up being really cool.
Yeah, this composition's so clean.
Hell
Thank
Just
you.
Mm.
Thanks, everybody. Please draw Rowan.
Yeah.
Send me more Rowan fan art. I'll take it whenever you're ready. Okay, so then Karina's next.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
This one got away from me. I went into it with no ideas, but running out of time as per usual. So I just kind of started and let it take me wherever. So speaking of blorbos, yeah, it's loose.
Let's go.
Content warning. Implied blood and also ass cheeks.
Not implied.
Not implied.
Overt ass cheek.
Very much so.
I want to meet someone whose memoir is called Blood and Ass Cheeks.
It's going to be me, baby.
You've already met her.
Yeah, she's right here.
All right, let's jump into it then. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, so I like to draw pose, and again, I didn't have any ideas, so I kind of just started like doing a quick little study of the pose. I was just throwing it around, just doing whatever, and then I decided, fuck it, I'll just do loose.
There's the
'cause
pecs.
It's easy for me.
That's from the same episode as Rowan, right?
I think so,
Yes.
Great.
Damn, what a powerful episode.
I love that.
It was a good episode. And I think I wanted it to be more of a reclining pose, so I keep
Ooh.
doing it.
yeah.
And so I don't have a set narrative for Luce. He's just my pretty little meow meow that I can put in outfits. But I do like to think of him as kind of like he gets evil because of just various heartbreaks and stuff.
Aw.
So I was going with a 3 of Swords motif, and then I just keep changing it. Also, I have no fucking clue what brush I'm using for the line art.
Looks like a Korean one.
I just picked a random one. But yeah, so I was just, like I said, making this up as I went, and it was kind of giving me like the pop art of like the women on the phone crying.
Oh,
So
Yes.
that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
Where he's just kind of lounging around, being kind of like sensual but sad. But
Perfect.
yeah, and then I just spend a really long time doing the line art and
He's
flipping
dancing.
the goddamn canvas again because I'm me and I can't change. I can't change who I am. Also, this one took me a while, so it is kind of moving fast.
Just think about the dee 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 dee
Dee,
dee
dee,
dee
dee,
dee
dee,
dee
dee.
dee. It goes so well.
But yeah, so I mean, I kept like hiding that hand, but then I decided to have him holding the phone because I just thought I don't know, that was just the idea in my brain. No thoughts, just this one. So I did put the hand back kind of where it was, and it took me a few tries because I'm really bad at drawing like the elbow joint. I never know where stuff goes there.
Elbows are weird.
Yeah, like they're dumb and stupid, and I hate
just,
them.
I just guess.
And I keep going back and changing the line art because as like, you know, the body's kind of pushing against each other, you got to squish it up where they're touching. And yeah.
Whenever I see Luce's titties, it just makes my day.
I'm so glad.
It just truly awakens something within me.
And then
Snack break.
I stopped to get a snack and take my meds, and then I just thought it'd be really fun to draw this hand while eating an ice cream cone. So it took me a couple tries. I have just like tens of hundreds, maybe at this point, of like hands that I've downloaded, like hand assets. So I use those for reference all the time. So that's what that was.
Nice.
And just because sometimes I don't know how to pose a hand.
Fair.
Someone knows better, so I'll just use that as reference. And yeah, but I wanted the line art on this to be really like tight and clean. So that's what it is. It's fucking 2.5 brush. I don't even know what brush this is.
Your brush is getting smaller and smaller with each piece.
I don't know. I'm into thin line art right now.
It looks great.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I didn't know what to do with this hand because, like I said, I wanted this to be kind of like a reclining pose. Even though the leg, he's doing leggy, you know?
Yeah.
So the hand's kind of twisted
Like he
really
was
weird.
slapping. Shooing a fly away.
But yeah, so I wanted it to kind of look like he was laying somewhere. So, you know, I wanted it to, how you say, like, he's on a surface. But spoiler, I was too tired by the end of this to like do a proper background. So I kind of don't like how it came out. It looks too floaty to me, but I'll get to that later. But like I said, I was having like Y2K, like horror, sad girl vibes. So that was kind of, I imagine him in like a kind of horror movie, like babysitter bed. So I wanted to have a lot of like plush and stuff. It's very innocent seeming, but he's, I hate to say it, but I think Luce might be a yandere.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
But
You said it. Now it's true.
yeah. And then I didn't know how much I wanted to shade this because shading is really annoying. I like shading the face and nothing else. So I went back and undid a lot of the shading so that I could just get away with as little as possible, at least on this layer, since this is the same layer as the flats. And then I just went and did my usual. And I think around here is when Nathan thought about messaging me, but I was like this far into the drawing and I realized that like a lot of skin was out.
Right, that's what you said.
Yeah.
You said sudden clarity.
And I was just like, oh no. So I wasn't struggling per se. I was just kind of second guessing all of my decisions that led me to this point. But I just wanted to have these little guys around, and then the 3 swords.
This is so fun. I love these little stuffed animals.
Yeah. Like I said, I kind of just gave up. Is my clock showing? It's almost midnight at this point in the drawing. So,
I always hide my clock.
oh, I don't even care. Look at my clock. Look at how hard I work. So, Nathan just dropped some headphones, and now he's laughing. And so I guess I'm basic because I'm really into these like wavy
Ooh.
checkerboard patterns right now. So that's what I go with. But I think after this episode goes out, I'm going to rework it and actually draw a background now that I like have more time to do it.
Oh.
And then I wanted to add these silly little hearts, but I had an idea in mind. It took me a while to figure out how to do it and how I wanted it to look. So just don't mind me as I like fuck around with it for a really long time before I finally landed on doing these. And then I kind of like put a soft, some layer under it. And then when you're in there, you see like the different scene.
Oh, that's cool.
With the blood.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then I just added effects and stuff. And that's my drawing.
Dang.
That's very neat.
That's so
Thank
cool.
you. Like I said, I'm kind of not pleased with how I did the background, so I'll probably change it once this episode's out.
It's cool though.
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
You're allowed to not be pleased with it, but it is cool.
That's all
Yes.
that matters to me. I just think it can be better.
For sure.
It feels like it would have
It's a good start.
like that rainbow finish on like a sticker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like this should be the image that's on one of those like YouTube mix playlists.
Slow and reverb.
Yeah. And it's like this picture with a bunch of video effects going on over
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll change it because I do want to draw him in like a bed, and it would make more sense, I think. And then once he's in a bed looking all cute, maybe then you can use it for your stupid YouTube playlist.
But
it better be
only
good.
then.
Yeah, good
Better
music.
be a good one.
Yeah. No
I
bad
like it.
mixes.
If there's one song on there that isn't a bop, I'm gonna complain.
We're
Shut
gonna
it
report
down.
you to
Yeah.
YouTube.
Hit you with a strike.
I'm gonna tell the president.
Well, this rules.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And now it's time for Julia.
It's me.
Julia, what you got to say?
I spent an hour on mine.
Nice.
Actually, it's an hour and 7 minutes.
Nice.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's the extra 7 that make it.
Yeah, really brought it all together at that last 7. I definitely wasn't futzing for the last half. Let's just get into it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
I had no thoughts for this one. I was having a day. I was having a rough one. My Photoshop wasn't working. I had to uninstall it and reinstall it and then install an old version and then figure that out. And then I wasn't feeling using Clip Studio that day. So,
Oh, billowy clothes.
so I went into this with
Are you
no
covering the
thoughts.
entire pose?
Yep.
That's so
Julia.
funny.
Yeah.
That's so good.
I'm not someone who gets excited about pose work.
Julia.
You cheated.
So I had to make it my own.
Oh my god.
So I used it as a suggestion.
This is unbelievable.
That's the best.
I couldn't figure out.
So funny.
I legitimately could not figure out how to make it into something that I would enjoy doing. This was the closest I got. I'm not a pose person.
What do you mean you're
That
not
was
a
the point
pose
of the
person?
episode.
Also, so you get to see my workaround.
Well, she did use the base pose.
It's in there.
It's in there. You just, it's got some other stuff.
I just
Happening.
turned it. There's the arm going around. I had come up with other ideas, but they felt too straightforward. Like the pose and the reflection of like a puddle, of like someone walking in the city, stuff like that. And I was having a day and I wasn't feeling doing it. So I completely went into this head empty, figure it out on the fly.
It looks like a whipped cream topping right now.
Yeah, it looks like someone threw some whipped cream and it's flying through the air.
It looks like the cover of the Razia's Shadow album. That's one for no one in this room.
No, sorry.
It does
Down
look like
below. If you know what I mean.
I agree, Karina.
Yeah,
Thank
Karina, I bet
you.
it does. I bet if I saw that album, I'd be like, yeah, Karina was right.
Karina was right to say that and think that.
I'm always right.
This is still like so technically impressive, though. Like,
Yeah.
look at these forms coming into being.
I love these folds.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I wanted to make sure that you knew the pose was in there
I
somewhere.
mean,
as hidden as it is.
Julia, I'm going to be the one to say it. No. But
Yeah.
it's a beautiful piece. But you covered the entire pose.
Yeah, this was one of those challenges where up until the minute of, I was like, maybe I'll just say I'm not doing this one. And then I tried to sit there and do my best take and go, if it doesn't land, I just won't be in the episode. So this is me giving it an attempt.
It's
This is
really
cool,
good.
though.
Yeah.
Like, it's legitimately really cool.
It's just not a pose.
Yeah.
It's not,
I'm just going to hold you a little accountable.
Yes.
This is
it's
still
not the
great.
prompt.
I love the folds, the
Thank
way you
you.
render.
This is genuinely frightening, which I think is really cool. Like, it's a very unnerving image.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted it to be kind of spooky.
It's also the most Julia way to interpret this prompt
Yeah.
is to not do the pose. Just
Someday we're gonna make you do a pose.
Yeah.
make you do
We
a
couldn't
prompt.
do it today.
Yeah. We should do this one again.
If the pose
I got
isn't
plenty of books.
if the pose isn't a bunch of people whispering to each secrets to each other, then it's not for me.
You know what? Classical painting, reworking, just open-ended, same painting.
Oh, we pick like one painting and we
Yeah.
have to redo it.
That's my pitch.
That's fun. I
That
like
is
that.
fun.
Oh.
And we'll pick one with a lot of people doing weird shit just
Yeah.
for Julia.
Let,
I'll choose,
let
I'll
Julia
choose my,
pick it.
my favorite painting.
Yeah.
Yeah, let Julia pick the painting.
I'm down.
All right, we're doing that.
Yes.
Next speed draw, we're doing it.
The fact that this only took you an hour and change is wild.
That
to
is
me.
pretty crazy, actually. I couldn't do this type of thing at all.
This is again like you didn't do the prompt, but you did something that to me seems a million times more difficult. So, and I mean, the prompt was just to
Whoa.
use the pose as a starting place for the drawing, which she did.
Yeah. I think the
I think
spirit
the
of the
prompt
challenge
was to use the pose.
But I really love this piece. Though.
Yeah.
This is like so sick.
it's in
Thank
there.
you. I was miserable.
You got the foot.
You captured
yeah.
your misery
Yay.
What yeah,
and
what
channeled it.
it's so just like where are we? Is it sand or water
Or blood.
or blood?
I don't know. You know, I was thinking of the illustrator who did the scary stories we tell in the
We tell ourselves.
Tell
The scary
ourselves.
stories we tell ourselves at the end of the day.
whatever that one's called. I was thinking of that illustrator.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so I just wanted it to be vague
Hell yeah.
and spooky. And this woman's just like float walking with a powerful wind.
She sure is. Oh, she did a little wink there. I
Yeah.
saw her.
I was thinking about doing something with the eye to draw more attention up there, and then I decided to just deepen the shadows a little bit.
That was her winking to be like, Can you tell what pose I'm doing? But you can't.
I covered the one suggestion of the pose up with this white streak
Yeah.
over the arm.
You said fuck that pose. For real.
So funny.
This is gonna be one where people in the comments are like, "I loved Julia's one." People always love your spooky pieces.
They love when I go weird.
Well, you're good at it.
Thank you. This was me trying to figure out if I should be adding something else to the background as per usual. Yeah,
Some noise, a little noisy.
a little noise filter, but I think that's it.
Wow.
This is so cool.
Yeah, this is a really cool picture.
She's kind of just like a ghost giant stomping through something. Don't know what.
Well, I really like it.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad.
You get an F for the challenge.
Yeah,
but
not the prompt,
but
but,
an
very
A
good.
an
Yeah.
A for making good art.
Yeah, it's like when you hand something in and the teacher's like, I like it, but you didn't do the assignment.
Yeah,
so
we were
I-
supposed to do fractions. And you wrote a novel.
I have to give you a D? I'm sorry.
Oh my God, this is just like in that episode of Cutthroat Kitchen where the guy didn't realize he was supposed to be making brisket.
Yes.
Or he was making biscuits and gravy and he made brisket because he misheard it.
Right.
But it was such a good brisket that he stayed in.
You stayed in?
That's you, Julia. Your brisket was so good.
Make a
On
good
this
brisket.
biscuit
You're
challenge.
on thin ice.
Make a good brisket. What can I say?
Well, here's 3 poses and 1 painting.
Yeah, and one completely unrelated image.
But this challenge was really cool, I thought.
Yeah.
It's a fun one, and I definitely want to do this this painting challenge next.
Yeah, we should also just do this challenge again until Julia does it right.
we do it every week
Yeah.
until we get a pose out of Julia.
Again, I got tons of books, especially now that Jacob gave me all of them back.
I didn't have that many books.
You had 2 of them for a solid 6 months.
And whose fault is that?
Jacob's.
Oh. If you think it was Jacob's fault, like this video and subscribe to the channel. And leave a comment down below.
Saying it was Jacob's fault.
Saying it was Jacob's fault. But if you think maybe Karina had some fault in it too, then you sound like Patreon material.
But, if you think that maybe Karina was just being nice and giving him a lot of time to read those books and just being really patient about it, check out our merch store.
But if you think that maybe Karina gave Jacob too much time and so he kept putting it off because he kept thinking he had more time to do it, and it's a sort of procrastinator's mindset that we all relate to, then you should watch us on Twitch if that's how you feel. We're sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.